नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत आप सभी का। होप यू ऑल आर डूइंग वेरी गुड। सो फाइन होंगे आप। सो इम्पॉर्टेंट अपडेट आ रही है, मैसेज फ्रॉम मिस्टर बसंत जी टू एडवोकेट सेवाराम जी ऑन द लीगल्स पॉइंट। तो एक अनदर इम्पॉर्टेंट क्लैरिफिकेशन दी है, सो उसको यहाँ पे डिस्कस करूंगा। तो मैसेज फ्रेंड्स, ये ऑफिशियल अभी आज का ही है एज पर द। तो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं डेट, आल्सो वी कैन सी द डेट। काफ़ी लेंथी मैसेज ही है यहाँ पे। कोल्हापुर मिस्टर बसंत सर, 15 नवंबर का है। सो मिस्टर बसंत जी वर्किंग वेरी हार्ड फॉर द बैंक पेंशनर्स एंड मिस्टर सेवाराम जी आल्सो वर्किंग very very hard. So the in relation to the Singla case, so message from Mr. Basant sir, Advocate Sevaram ji, New Delhi. Dear sir, with the legal expertise, Mr. MC Singla case is preponed on 20th November instead of 25th Feb on IBA. So improvement proposal said to have been submitted much earlier. So improvement proposal is nothing but a compromise proposal like ex-gratia proposed, signed and distributed to public sector bank retirees who were compelled to accept because they were offered something after a gap of 30 years. So to eradicate retirees from demanding updation of pension and free group insurance as per DFS letter dated 24th Feb 2012. So IBA and United Forum dare to deny that. So retirees don't have any contractual relationships with the bank. So whereas Article 300A of Constitution of India says that pension fund is a property of retirees and pensioners is a lifelong member of his property. But IBA has failed as false. IBA has filed an false affidavit that there is no provision of updation in BPR 95. So the fact is IBA had appointed SS Mallikarjun Rao committee in July 22 to decide about the revision and updation in PS banks. So the committee was to give its report on 31st January 23, but it was pleased by IBA lawyer on 21st January 23 in apex court in MC Singla case itself that Mr. SS Malik Arjun Rao is demitting his office on 31st January 23, and in place of him we have to appoint a new committee and get the reports about pension revision, whereas the apex court gave 3 months of time and asked IBA lawyer at least to submit an interim report by next date about revision and updation. So IBA lawyer agreed to that, however submitted a false affidavit in apex court. So it is nothing but playing the frauds. So on the court, and hence should be dealt seriously by the apex court. So IBA never formed a second committee for pension revision updation and the matter is still pending. So actually on the strength of MOU dated 29th October 93, retirees had given their irrevocable mandate to form a corpse pension fund by permitting the banks and surrender their CPF with the accumulated interest. The MOU dated 29th October 93 contains the word updating, which was dropped in BPR 95. It further says that the pension would be on the RBA formula and RBA is getting pension revision with 10% notional increase at every bipartite after a span of 5 years. Only PS bank retirees are kept away from this welfare benefits for last more than 3 decades. Actually, the 12th BPS was to be signed at Chennai on 11th March, but it was preponed to 8th March at Bombay since the show cause notice was issued by Kolhapur court on 6th March 24 to United Forum of Bank Union, who never attended. The official email ID of United Forum of Bank Union and a copy of notice was also shoved to the registered email ID of IBA and Canara Bank also. So the purpose was to restrict the BPS from signing, but still the 12th BPS was signed and hence it is called legal. It can be called legal. So when IBA is not honoring the court orders, the saying of IBA matter is sub judice has no meaning at all. Actually, the public sector bank retirees have demanded pension revision on RBI formula with retrospective effects from the date of retirement. So public sector bank retirees never demanded ex-gratia, which is being paid from November 22. So now the improvement proposal says that ex-gratia is to be recovered. So I would say, since it is not given as interim relief, it cannot be recovered. So a wrong payment given by employer to retirees cannot be recovered. So the ex-gratia payment shall only be refunded if banks are prepared to give pension revision retrospectively with interest. So instead I would suggest you to bring to the kind notice of the court that recently RRB got the verdict from the apex court that the employees of RRBs are eligible for pensionary benefits from 1st November 93. For giving the verdict, apex court uphold only two documents of public sector bank, that is the MOU dated 29th October 93 and pension regulations 95. So this was possible due to contempt petition of RRBs and pressing only two documents, that is MOU and BEPR 95 of public sector bank retirees. So in other apex court verdict in Bank of Baroda versus G Plani, the areas of DA difference between 1616 and 1684 was given with 9% interest on 30th of February 2018 for the application and particular statute only. So moreover, the same verdict was made powerless in May 18 by another verdict of the apex court by playing fraud on the court by AIBRF. So which can be tabled by curative petitions, but due to paucity of funds it is still pending. So there are 8 varieties of DA class in retirees wherein the verdict in DS Nakara case strictly denies discrimination in retirees and so say no to class in homogeneous class in employees and retirees to live in dignified life. So the verdict says that the pension is extended salary and is not dependent on the employer BIMS. So the drama played by the anti-retiree elements by playing ex-gratia of 450 and 800 to pre-2002 retirees from October 23 instead of tapering DA prospectively should be paid DA retrospectively and not ex-gratia. Without solving the DA problem, banks cannot go to pension revision. So regarding implementation of 2016 as a 100 as a base year for DA, it cannot be different for different employees and retirees. The CPI-IW is a measure of the relative change in the retail prices of fixed basket of goods and services consumed by industrial workers, and it is used to regulate wages and dearness allowance for millions of workers. So the new series of CPI-IW on base 2016 as 100 has effective from September 2020. The DA according to 8088 points is implemented for working employees and not for retirees. So this discrimination cannot be done, but IBA, DFS and even the RBI hand in glove are continually doing these mistakes which is against the law of the land. So this must be stopped. So I know this is the biggest challenge before you. Since last 30 years the public sector bank retirees are being in the problem in spite of the robust pension fund at approximately 7 to 8 lakh crores, and government has nothing to lose anything out of the pockets. So काफ़ी बड़ा मैसेज है दोस्तों. So I hope I have covered many things, but यहाँ पे comrade Mr. MC Singla ji has lost his life fighting this case, so his soul should rest in heavenly peace. So hence you must win this case, and all the retirees and family pensioners are looking at you with hope, Mr. Basant sir. So that's all for the session. So kindly share the update and subscribe to the channel, friends. Thank you.